What is the match? If you know someone in medical school or residency, you've probably heard of the match. But what exactly is it? And how does it differ from applying to medical school or a typical job search? Normally, when you apply somewhere and they like you, they offer you a spot. And if you like them, you take it. So why isn't that the case for residency training after medical school? Let's start by explaining what the match is. From October until January, fourth-year med students apply to and interview with residency programs. After their interviews, they compile a ranked list of the programs where they interviewed and where they'd like the most to train. In the same way, the programs also create their own ranked lists. In March, the ranked lists of every medical student and program are submitted and then calculated by a special algorithm, or as we'll call it, computer. This computer considers the ranked list of some 45,000 students and 6,395 programs for around 41,000 open positions. This is why it's important for students to apply to multiple programs, as the process is highly competitive. The computer considers the student's first choice first. Then it will compare that to how the student was ranked by the program. Then it will create a match, a binding agreement between a student and a residency program. Here's how the computer processes the rank list. Mind you, this is a very simplified version of the process. Once all the rank lists are submitted, if the student's first program on their rank list also ranked the student highly, then they are placed on a hold, while the computer checks to see if there are any other students who were ranked higher by the program, also ranked the program number 1. If the student was ranked highly by the program, then they are matched to it. If the student was not a top choice of the program, the computer then looks at the student's next choice on their rank list. It will then compare that to how the student was ranked by the program. This process will continue until hopefully a match is made. If a student doesn't match with one of their top choices, the computer continues down the rank list until a match is found. And if the computer can't match a student or fill all the spots in a program, a separate process starts for the unmatched and unfilled programs. We'll cover that process later. It's called SOAP, or the Supplemental Offer and Acceptance Program. So why do we use the match? It seems convoluted. Why can't we just do it how everyone else does it? Well, the match was created to solve a very real problem. Essentially, the hiring process before the match was best described as an intense competition among hospitals for an inadequate supply of residents. The first specialty was created in 1917, and through the 1920s to the 1940s, programs would send job offers to students earlier and earlier, sometimes to second-year medical students. Hospitals benefited from filling their positions with prospective residents sooner, while on the other hand, students benefited from delaying the acceptance of positions. At that point in their training, in their second year, students, much like those today, may not yet know which specialty interests them. In their second year, they may not have worked with patients yet. They maybe also aren't in a place to sign a contract about where they will be living and training for the next several years. In 1945, things got a little bit better as medical schools agreed that they would wait until a specific date to release students' transcripts and permit any of letters of recommendation to be written. They were able to move residency selection back to the fourth year of medical school, where it remains today. But competition for residency positions took on another form. Remember, hospitals benefit from knowing who their next residents will be as soon as possible. So in the 1940s, time limits were placed on how long a student had to consider an offer. It went from 10 days down to less than 12 hours in 1945. Could you even imagine that today? Even with all of the technology, with all the information at our fingertips, from websites, YouTube videos, social media, residency fair, TikTok, if you told a student today they had 5 hours to pick which program they would spend the next 3+ years of their life, moving their family, living, training, and preparing for their career, they would plot. In the 1950s, the match algorithm, the computer, remember, was created and implemented. The match standardizes the process. All specialties that use the match adhere to a schedule. Getting student applications at the same time, interviewing during the same time period, and submitting rank lists at the same time. This allows ample time for students and programs to consider the best fit when creating their rank lists. The match certainly made the process less messy and more structured, but it is still incredibly stressful for students. These students, your loved ones, who enter into this process are putting their hopes into a hat and waiting to see if they not only match into their top program, but match at all. In their fourth year, they're balancing numerous things, interviews, traveling at times to different hospitals across the country, while still completing their medical school coursework and being critical members of the healthcare teams at the hospitals and clinics they rotate. Interviews, medical school, and everything that led to this point comes at a cost, financial and personal. They've made a lot of sacrifices to this point, and this whole process is the lead up to the final chapter of their education for many of them. It's probably the one time in their lives where they don't know where they're going to move in 3 months and where they're going to live and train for the next several years. Residency is hard. The first year is probably one of the hardest years they will face in their careers. It's well worth it in the end for many, but they need the love and support of those around them, especially now and into residency. They need it from those who supported them when they sacrificed and worked their tails off in high school, college, and medical school, when they volunteered and participated in research, shadowed and studied like they never thought they could, said no when they really wanted to say yes. It's a high risk, high reward. They will be someone's doctor. They'll be there serving their patients and community on the happy days and the hardest days when they are needed the most by their patients and their patients' families. You've all sacrificed so much to get here, so no matter what, be there for them on match day and continue to be there for them as they embark on the next chapter of their career.